Some people just can't receive healing, clarity, or peace, not because God isn't willing, but because their pride is simply in the way, you guys. They like how they do things. Simply, they like how they do things. They trust their own way more than God's way. They've made an idol of self, their routines, their logic, and their control. But here's the truth, you guys. God will not compete with your ego. Yes, thank you guys for watching Trauma Talks, okay? That's what we're going to talk about today on Trauma Talks. If you're too prideful to surrender your way, your thinking, your way of leading, your way of living, you leave no room for God to move in your life. You see, you guys, so pride, I've got this. That's what pride says, okay? But humility says, God, I need you. I need you. Pride is a trauma response, you guys, dressed in confidence. It's often rooted in survival when you had no one to rely on but yourself. But now that same mindset, yes, it's a mindset, you guys, is limiting you. You want change, you want healing, you want peace, but you can't keep doing things your way and expect God to bless it. No. You can't do that, okay? So here, let's go further, okay? Transformation begins when we release the need to be right and embrace the need to be renewed. Let go of the pride, you guys. Take space for grace, okay? And watch God do what you never could in your own strength, you guys. Watch what God can do. The things that you could never do in your own strength, okay? Pride will block your breakthrough. So here's the neuroscience behind all of this, because you guys know I love to talk about the neuroscience. Some people can't receive healing, clarity, or peace because God isn't willing. Not because God isn't willing, but because their pride is in the way, you guys. They like how they do things, okay? They trust their own logic more than divine wisdom. Yes, okay? They've made an idol of themselves, their routines, their control, and their intellect. Yes, you can imagine that, making an idol of your own intellect, okay? But here's the hard truth. God will not compete with your ego, you guys. I have to say that again. God will not compete with your ego, okay? So let's talk about this survival, the brain survival wiring. Pride is often a trauma-based adaptation when you had to rely on yourself to survive, emotionally or physically. Your brain wired itself for hyper-independence. It feels unsafe to surrender that control, you guys. Your amygdala interprets vulnerability as danger, and your prefrontal cortex, the relational, faith-centered part of your brain, gets hijacked. Yes, it gets hijacked, you guys. So what does this look like? Okay, it looks like confidence. It's actually a nervous system stuck in self-protection mode. Yes, but survival mode doesn't build healthy relationships. No, it doesn't deepen your walk with God, and it doesn't lead to peace. No, it doesn't lead to peace. So let's get into this a little bit further, you guys, okay? Let's talk about how to fix the problem, because you know I don't like to talk about a problem unless there's something that you can do to fix it. So let's talk about the self-empathy transformation here. Instead of judging pride, let's try to understand it a little better. Speak to the part of yourself that learned to depend only on you. And say something like this, you guys. I'm here for you now. You don't have to hold it all together anymore. No, I know why you built this armor. I also know God wants to give you something better. Peace, not pressure. Not pressure, you guys, okay? You're safe now to trust again. You can take all the time you need to heal and release. Yes, release. When you met yourself with this self-empathy and compassion, your nervous system will begin to settle. That's when true humility flows, not from shame, but from surrender. And in that space, God can finally move in your life. He can finally move in your life, you guys. So make some space for grace, you guys. Let go of the pride and let God rebuild you from the inside out. Yes, from the inside out. So thank you guys for joining me on Trauma Talks, and I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.